How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Box to Box. The Champions League is back. It's not here Tuesday night, it's in Sevilla, but unfortunately I couldn't make it over to Sevilla, and I thought, let me take the reins for Box to Box this time. I don't like how Cecil does my intro, so here we are, Box to Box outside the Emirates. It's Sevilla, it's a big one, and I've got my friend Elio with me today. What are you saying, Elio? You good?
Not about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I think the Chelsea result could have been better for us, but 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go. I think a 2-2 draw. Good point. Good point. But we move on to Sevilla, who this season haven't really done too good, if I'm not mistaken. I think you've only won a couple of games so far this season.
Yeah, we are not playing that well, especially after the way that the manager is starting the games. Especially defensively, we are conceding a lot of goals.
Yeah.
And we are not scoring that many goals. And the series not being that good lately. But now we got a new coach, and he seems to be like really intense. Like, we can see the change after, especially after this game about Real Madrid. It was 1-1.
Yeah.
Well, we could win that game, even when Real Madrid tried to score, tried to shoot many times. But we see the change on the game. Especially Sergio Ramos is playing better as a defense now. He was a little bit nervous, but he's trying to improve the game, and we see the difference now. We see a big difference. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be a different
It was
day.
a good result for you on the weekend, 1-1 draw with Real Madrid.
And we could have won it.
Yeah, and it was a fiery game as well. You mentioned Ramos. I know there's a little encounter with Ramos from Rudiger and a few other players there. It was a fiery encounter. But looking at the last time Arsenal played Sevilla in the Champions League, 2007, you still had Dani Alves was playing, Keita was playing. Obviously, those two moved on to one of the greatest Barcelona sides we've ever seen. But that's how long it's been since Arsenal played Sevilla in a European competition. I know we had the friendly last season in pre-season.
Yeah, but that was a completely different game.
Friendly.
It was a different, especially when we are playing at home. It's going to be a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah.
We have our supporters in there trying to make like a really, really big game, because this is going to be an important one, especially with Arsenal, one of the best teams in the Premier League, especially the way that they're playing lately, and last year too. So let's see.
And looking at your Champions League record so far, first 2 games, 2 draws, 1-1 away to Lens. No, 1-1 at home to Lens.
We won
2-2 away at PSV.
Away at PSV. Last minute we conceded the goal.
What do you make of it so far then? I mean, are you still confident of going through in the Champions League? Do you want to go through, or do you want to finish third, go in the Europa League and win that again?
I mean, I obviously, everyone is saying, oh, let's go to third position and we go to Champions Europa League and hopefully winning again. But, there are teams like Liverpool in there that it's going to be so difficult to win the Europa League again. And for us, economically, it would be better to pass the group and hopefully be second or even first, Tomorrow is going to be a really important game, and hopefully if we get at least a draw or hopefully a win, it's going to be a big change. And for Arsenal too, if Arsenal get a draw or they lose, the group is going to be very interesting, So
100%. I think.
Let's see. On paper, for me, Arsenal should be the favorite. And player by player, they are better than Sevilla. Even when I support Sevilla, but I have to be, honest about it. But let's see what's going to happen. Let's see about tomorrow.
The way the first 2 games have gone, it is, I won't say a must-win for both teams, but a must-not-lose for both teams, this one, because we're on 3 points, you're on 2 points, and going into the second half of the group games, you want to be a bit more comfy than, the positions we're in at the moment. Are you confident that you can get the win?
I'm not sure if we can get the win, but at least a draw. And I'm confident that we are not going to lose tomorrow. If we play our best football, I don't think we are going to lose. But for Arsenal, they need to do the best game, and they need to play the best, because it's going to be difficult in there. It's not going to be like we thought the last friendly game, And obviously with the new manager, I see the players more confident, and especially the way that they play at Real Madrid. If we are playing the same way than Real Madrid, for sure, we are not going to lose tomorrow.
And you mentioned your defence, and in years gone by, I haven't watched much of Sevilla in La Liga, but Sevilla in Europe I've seen quite a bit of. And usually you have a resolute defence, you're quite rigid, you're hard to break down. But you said that's changed this season. But obviously you've got the new manager in as well now.
Yeah, I mean, you see the problem. We got so many injuries. So I think it's not the game tomorrow, it's the game before. It was the only time that Sevilla didn't have any injury players.
Oh, okay.
So they signed Nianzou and Marcao, supposed to be on the lineup, but I think they never play one single game. If so, maybe 1 or 2. So the way that the centre backs are changing is a lot. Like Gude is supposed to be a defensive midfielder, and he's playing as a centre back. And now he's on the lineup with Sergio Ramos. So the team is changing all the time. Like Acuna, so many injuries, red cards, you know. Nava, he's getting a bit old, even when he's playing every single game. And now we have a new guy from the second team of Sevilla, whose name is Juan, who is playing very well. So let's see. Rakitic, he was amazing last game.
Now you said Navas, it comes to mind. He actually played in 2007 as well.
Yeah, he probably.
Yeah, he played in that game.
Before he went to City, right?
Before he went to City. And he was only at City for about 4 years. Then he returned back to Sevilla. But I actually remember he was another one. He was Keita,
Navas, legend, man.
He's
about to retire soon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the things that he's doing, I mean, it's like...
I'm sure he still plays for Spain here and there.
He played last time.
Yeah.
And he was probably the oldest player that made an assist for the national team, something like that. So he's breaking records lately, and he's playing amazingly. I mean, I don't know. He's gonna stop playing football when he wants, not when football wants.
Yeah, and you don't love him. You don't love him over there as well. Elio, talk to me about Arsenal. I mean, I don't know how much you've seen of Arsenal this season, but you know, we're up there. You know, we were unbeaten in the league, but we have lost the game in the Champions League at Lens. You know how difficult a team Lens are because you got a draw. What do you make of Arsenal?
I think Arsenal, they have a really nice defense, especially with Saliba, who's been probably the best defender in the Premier League right now, if not one of the best. And Gabriel also. And they got Saka, they got Gabriel Jesus, they got Odegaard, they got Declan Rice. Which people were saying, oh, they're paying too much money about him, but he's showing it.
Football's money.
That he's. I mean, right now, I would say Bellingham and Declan Rice are the best midfielders, and he happened to play for England too. So, for me, I'm very scared about Declan Rice, to be honest. He can defend, he can attack, he can do everything.
So if I was to ask you one player that you're worried about tomorrow night, will it be Declan Rice or?
I mean, as a team player, but I would be maybe more worried about Saka or even Trossard, the way that he's playing. Especially when he's coming out after a substitution. He's playing like as a revulsive, and he's playing so well, And any single chance that he got, he scored a goal. So any player, to be honest.
You're worried.
Nketiah, I mean, player
That's
by
the first
player.
time I heard that someone say Eddie, but
I can't lie. I mean, for me, Arsenal, on paper, is way better than Sevilla.
I get you.
We are playing at home.
Game's not played on paper.
And hopefully the stadium is going to be packed. People are going to support Sevilla. New coach. The intensity that we are playing. We try not to conceive like many chances for Arsenal. And especially if we are good at defense. For sure, Sevilla are going to get chances. For sure. Hopefully, I don't know, a corner or a free kick, and Ramos. Every time that ball is coming to Ramos, he
wants it.
He's touching the ball.
He's
touching the ball. And he's going
hungry.
To
he's hungry.
He hasn't scored yet. He was really close on Saturday. So hopefully he will score tomorrow. Let's see.
And he does love a goal in the Champions League as well, does Ramos. Legend, footballing legend. So you said Saka's probably the key threat in attack. Declan Rice probably in terms of being a team player. I look at your top scorers so far this season and trying to pick out a key threat. Naziri, he tends to be the key threat all the time. But I've also seen Lamela ex-Tottenham, where he's got a couple of goals. Luka Baccio's got a couple of goals.
Luka Bacchio especially. He went to the national team and he scored 2 goals.
Yeah, I see that,
But he was a little bit off at the Real Madrid. I think I didn't see him that confident on that game, but hopefully tomorrow he's going to play. He's going to try to score a goal. And also Campos is a player that never stops running, always trying to attack, defending well. Acuna. We got a nice team. We shouldn't be afraid of Arsenal, but also we need to have respect.
Be sensible,
Arsenal.
Yeah. What about you? Tell me one player that you need to have a big game for Sevilla to win the game.
I would say Rakitic. After the game,
that's a good,
how he played against Real Madrid, I would say Rakitic. Even when I wasn't a really fan of Rakitic for the last year and this one,
why not?
He's playing lately. He's not in his prime, obviously.
No, he's hungry no
and
more.
He's on and off.
Okay.
And so many changes of managers lately for Sevilla. But he stepped up and he always play. But he's not playing at his best, obviously. But I would say Rakitic, why not?
Look at that name.
And obviously, Sergio Ramos is there.
Yeah, you've got a lot of experience in that. In those 2 players alone, there's a lot of Champions League experience there. There's a lot of winning experience there. So it'll be interesting. All right. Elio, we'll be back here at the Emirates in a couple of weeks anyway, and for the return fixture. Me and you will talk again for that one.
Okay.
But let's move on to predictions. And Sevilla are the home team, so I'm gonna let you make the first prediction.
I'm gonna say 2-1 for Sevilla.
2-1 Sevilla.
I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm excited for tomorrow. So let's see.
You know what? I've got a show on my channel, Big Six, and yesterday actually on Forever Arsenal as well. I said I feel like it's going to be a 2-1 Sevilla, but I'm going to go 2-2 and say it's a good point to take into the home fixture. And if we can get 4 out of 6 against Sevilla, that should leave us in a very healthy position come game week 5 in the Champions League. So I'm going to go 2-2. You're going 2-1?
2-1, yeah. I would say 2-2 too, but you know.
I'll stick to the 2-1.
We are playing at home. We need to win this game.
Yeah,
because
true.
Anything for Arsenal, for Sevilla, anything that is a lose.
Mm-hmm.
The group is gonna get very interesting. And before the draw, you will say, okay, Arsenal, maybe Sevilla second.
Yeah.
And third, I don't know, you will say PSV
probably,
for history or for whatever, and for Lens. But you see how Lens playing.
Top of the league, top of the group at the moment.
I was at the stadium, so watching that game, and I didn't know every single player. But when I saw especially the striker, I don't know if you saw him. Why?
Yeah.
He doesn't stop running.
He doesn't.
Like, he's got the pace, the dribbling, everything. So
he's sharp. He's sharp, and then he took his chance against us. That's for sure. All right, Leo. Listen, he's going 2-1. I'm going 2-2. What's your predictions? Let us know in the comment section below. Thoughts, key players, lineups, any Sevilla fans out there, even Arsenal fans. Let me know who the biggest threat on Sevilla's side is, because like I said, they've got a hell of a lot of experience and they've got quite a bit of quality too. I want to know in the comment section your thoughts. Hit the like button. Let's get up to 1,000. Elio, socials?
Yeah, ELIO 7_98.
What's that? Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
And Twitter?
No, not.
There you go. There's his Instagram, people. So show some love to Elio. He'll be back on Box to Box in a couple of weeks for the return fixture at the Emirates. Hopefully, we're going into the return fixture with at least another point in this group, because we need it, people. Hit the like button. Let's get up to 1,000. Love for the love, people. Make sure you're subscribed and put the notification bell on. Peace.